Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-April 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Pisces collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you have for Pisces, gang? In mid-April 2026. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces, gang. In mid-April, what's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick. There we go. Beautiful. So I haven't seen this card in a while. It's like very affectionate. It's soft around the edges. I really like it. It reminds me quite a bit of the Empress. And that's usually a very good way to start a reading. Now, just like with everything, there's certain things we got to watch out for. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see, we have this lovely lady here, divine feminine goddess figure, and she is snuggling up to that little baby right there. How adorable, how cute. So it just gives me that maternal goddess mother figure type of energy that I associate with the Empress. So to me, I see the Empress archetype, which to me represents blessings and abundance. Beautiful. Now notice she is showing tons of affection to this baby. So in this time for a lot of the Pisces, or I mean maybe even cross watchers, maybe you're feeling a little extra affectionate. Maybe you need a hug. I'll give you a big internet bear hug. Maybe someone around you needs a little affection. That's very possible when this card is here. But normally I love it for the softer side, which is a good thing. But I really, really like it for the creative aspect. Because when I think of Empress energy, not just blessings and abundance, she created this, right? Like, so the power to manifest and create and focus your energy and bring something beautiful into this world, highly, highly favored. So if you're getting the urge to create something or you're manifesting something, there's beautiful energy around it. So we're just going to put her down right there. She could keep having her moment. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Pisces, gang. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled Explosive Action Incoming. Totally different than the softer energy we have here up in the front. Now, explosive action isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just felt very fast, very rapid, very fiery. There was a ton of fire energy in the reading last week. So again, that energy could bleed over for a little bit, whether it's you making big moves, whether it's somebody else making big moves. It just felt very fiery to me. Which again, if you're cool with that, awesome. If not, strap in, right? But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Pisces, gang. In mid-April, what do we got? Thank you. Okay, Emperor, beautiful. Nice, especially with the zodiacal season that we're in. So it's funny, we had the Empress figure, now we have the Emperor. So it's like that yin-yang we got going on here. Let's get him tucked in by this amethyst so he could chill out for a minute. Let's get a couple more. Let's see what else we got for Pisces in mid-April. Beautiful. Okay, we got the 9 of Pentacles. So the energy does present a little bit different than the past couple weeks, that's for sure. So we got the 9 of Pentacles right there in the center, and then we got our good friend, the King of Pentacles, right here on the back. Wow. So there is a very powerful, authoritative type of energy. So we're kind of getting the other side of the coin from what we had with the Empress. So we're getting a big picture here. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know, I always love to look at the elements. I feel like that frames the reading, tells us how the energy flows. And we have an interesting mixture. We have earth and fire. Now, the thing that these two share in common is they represent outside influences or outside things, right? Like when we see a lot of earth, that's actually an energy that works very well with Pisces, because Pisces being a water sign, you mix water and earth. I always say that that's a recipe for abundance. So when I look at earth energy, In the positive sense, it can represent stability and security, inwardly and outward. When I see a lot of earth, I think of daily routine, I think of daily ritual, I think of money, work, business, finance, investment. So this is usually very good for any of the material aspects of life, home and family. Great. The downside to earth energy is sometimes it could be a little too slow, right? Like sometimes if you've been being patient, like you might not have as much patience, or something could seem like it's not changing or seem like it's not moving, even if it's just moving slowly. Then we move to the fire. That's the action, just like we saw last week, right? Fire is the suit of action. So whether it's the actions you take, the actions you want to take, the actions other people take. I think of health and vitality, energy levels, whether you're feeling up or down, maybe you're having some fluctuations. But I like fire for it because it has a lot of passion, drive, desire, motivation. So you see, they both show up in totally different ways. Hopefully, this action isn't hitting a wall, but I think it's actually a good thing. The only downside with fire is that it can be explosive, just like we saw last week. So we'll see if that lingers, but I'm still getting this energy that seems to taper off and seems to solidify, which I think is a very good thing. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with the Emperor. So lovely. We had the Empress with the Oracle. Now we have the Emperor, the completion of the union. The Emperor represents divine masculine energy. It's big Aries energy. And currently, at the time of this filming, we're in Aries season. So in my style, maybe it'll just tell us something that's coming towards us when we clarify it, or the overall energy for the rest of the zodiacal season. Some people also link it to Taurus. I give it mainly to Aries. It has all the ram heads in there. When I look at the Emperor, I think of the King of Kings. Okay, so yes, can it represent patriarchal figures? Can it represent perceived authority figures? Absolutely. To me, he's the King of Kings, right? He calls the shots. So if this is an energy that you're stepping into, this tells me that a lot of Pisces, you're grabbing the wheel and directing things the way you want them to go. That's great. Hopefully, there's nothing going on with people in positions of authority. We might need to watch out for that, especially because we have the King as well. But I like the Emperor. The only downside to this card is that sometimes it could be a little too overly controlling or overbearing, which I know usually for Piscean energy, not usually a big fan of that. Like people saying, like, hey, you have to do that this way. That's the rough side of this card, where it's like my way or the highway. So we're going to see what's up. I'm not saying that's definitely the case. I love the Emperor because it can move things forward. It moves energy forward. So if there's a plan in place, the Emperor can make it happen. So I like that, especially if you're embodying that. Now, moving to the middle, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Love this card. It's a very independent card. Now, it does represent blessings and abundance. We see this lady, she's out in her garden. She's got her little pet bird. She's just enjoying nature, having a grand old time. Blessings and abundance, great for any of the material aspects of the world. So if you are dealing with any work, business, money-related things, it's a very, very good sign. Love the Nine of Pentacles. Solid, stable, and firm. And there is this independent streak. That's why I'm like, because we have the Emperor and the King. They both have authority, but then this one is like, I am my own authority, right? Like it's a very independent type of energy. The only downside to the Nine of Pentacles, it can be an energy that's stuck in its ways or set in its ways. So like when I see the Emperor next to the Nine of Pentacles, it's like I'm trying really, really hard to change something, potentially. We still have to clarify, but overall it looks good because remember, she could just be blessings and abundance. Not the first time we're seeing it. And not the last time, because we got our good pal here, the King of Pentacles, big earth sign vibes, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, all that. Remember, it's not gender specific. And the thing I always say about kings, they represent control of their respective suit. We already spoke about earthly, the money, the security, the stability, the finances, the career-based stuff, home and family. So yeah, this is the energy that's got a plan in its hand, right? Where it's like, no, I'm good. I'm stable. I'm secure. So I like this. It's like a rock, right? So the King of Pentacles is also tied in heavily with blessings, abundance, wins, and victories, especially in the material world. The downside to him, when he flips in reverse, is either he can have this stubborn streak like the Nine of Pentacles, or the King of Pentacles can be extremely, extremely unpredictable sometimes, where it's like, whoa, I've never seen that side of you. So, like, we have the authority, the independence. This all could stack up for something great, but we need to look deeper. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot because, as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Emperor. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the Emperor here? What's he doing? Why is this Emperor in the mix? Okay. I mean, I like how the energy moves forward. So we're getting a lot of people here, Pisces, and I know, especially being someone that has Pisces placements myself, very energetically sensitive individuals usually. So like with all these people and all this energy I see moving around, just know like you could be extra sensitive to energy of those around you. So like even if you're sitting fine and sitting cool, if someone connected to you, not so much, you might feel the reverberations from that. Now, what I always say about the Knight of Cups is he is a messenger, but he also represents action, but he's moving in the right direction. So to me, it's like so far so good. No, I'm doing the right things. Oh, I'm doing things the right way. Especially with the Emperor and this Knight of Cups. It's like, yeah, no, this is the road. This is the path. So for some Pisces, this could just be affirmation from the universe saying, like, listen, even if it doesn't feel like it, you're on the right road, you're on the right path. I feel like it's encouragement. I think it's really, really nice. Could this be a conversation of some sort? Absolutely. With all the people, could be a talk or a message, especially with the Knight of Cups. I just like where it's going. That's the thing. Like, even if things aren't ideal right now, the main overarching theme I'm getting is like, we're on the right road. Things are going in the right direction. So it's going up. It's going up. So I think it's great. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't want to dig for a negative. Like when I see the Emperor with the Knight of Cups, sure, could it be someone that's a little bossy in their expectations? Could it be someone that's a little forceful in the way they talk? Yes, but no. Right? Like the Knight of Cups is smooth. So like this is a very good smooth talker. Let's keep moving. Let's see what's up. So I like the action. I like the road that a lot of Pisces or cross watchers are on. It's like, no, this is happening how it needs to. You're on the right trajectory. That's good. It's reaffirming. But let's go in on the Nine of Pentacles. We'll see what's up with that. So that's a good start. It's like if there is a plan, it's the right one. So why is the Nine of Pentacles? Yeah, my friends, it's even better as we move forward. We got the Three of Cups in the upright, beautiful stuff. And again, we have this very people-y energy because remember, all threes that could represent, I don't want to say third-party things, but group dynamics, right? So whether it's friends, family, coworkers, when I see the Three of Cups, they're celebrating, right? It gets a bit of a bad reputation sometimes. So when I see energy flowing like this, where it's like, no, things are going the right way, you're on the right road. Then the Nine of Pentacles with the Three of Cups. Ah, yes, I finally did it. Like this is win victory energy all over the place. So again, I feel like for a lot of Pisces, even if you're going through something difficult, it's like, no, the road is the road you need to be on. Um, Three of Cups, again, with all the court cards, all the people, just watch out for your energetic sensitivity. Maybe keep your energy locked down if possible. But this is amazing. You can't get much better than how this is already lining up. Because a lot of times when I catch the Emperor and like other kings and court cards, sometimes there could be power struggles happening. This doesn't feel like that to me. It feels like things actually smoothing over and going in the right direction. So we're going to take that win. We're going to take that win. We're going to bank it. We're going to put it in our pocket, and we're going to keep moving forward. So let's see what's up with the King of Pentacles here. So why is the King of Pentacles in the mix? Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. So good stuff, my friends. We got wins, we got blessings, we got things going in a good direction. So why is that King of Pentacles here? Okay. And then an energy that pays off. Then an energy that pays off. So these could even be separate things, Pisces, for some of you. So we have the Seven of Pentacles underneath the King of Pentacles. This is a very karmic card of reaping what you sow. Right? You see this person, they're sitting there next to all the pentacles, pardon me, just being very patient, letting them grow, letting them go through their process. And then he harvests, right? That's the thing with this card. He harvests those. So under the King of Pentacles, unless there is something you are being extra understanding and patient about, because that could be it. Like King of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, it's like, I am extra patient with this process. So for some of you, that could be advice where Spirit's just like, trust the process, trust the process, be patient with it. It's going where it needs to go. This is a payoff. So it's like we have multiple wins in multiple areas, specifically the monetary type of stuff. Pisces, we're looking good. We are. Okay, especially those of you with the earthly stuff. It's like we're going in the right direction. We're on the right road. My only thing if I look at the reading overall, is just watching the energy around you too. Because if there is going to be anything that throws the vibe off, it could be coming from other people potentially. I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen, but that seems to be the only interference I'm picking up. So I think this reading this week, Pisces, is very, very claimable. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow here. If you kindly look in the box, we start off great, my friends. We got the Emperor with the Knight of Cups in the upright. Could this be a talk or conversation? Yes, but to me, it doesn't feel too pushy. It's just someone that's very good with their words. So maybe watch out for salesman types if that's some of you. But aside from that, to me, it's like you're on the right road, you're on the right direction, you're on the right path. Beautiful. We'll take it. Moving to the middle, that's not our first win, not our last win. We have the Nine of Pentacles with the Three of Cups. Beautiful. Abundance, blessings, wins, victories, whatever label we want to put on it, it's right there. Just watch out for the energy of other people. Just lock yourself down. Moving to the back end, we have the King of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles in the upright, reaping that reward, right? That payoff in the end. So patience paying off, a process paying off. So this whole reading, I'm having a very difficult time trying to fish out like little warning signs for us. The only thing I can pick up is like that of other people's energy affecting ours, right? So the main thing this week, the energy is moving in the right direction. There will be wins, there will be payoffs. Does that mean that it's only going to be that from here on out? No, life will throw curveballs here and there. But what I do like is the road. The road is the right one. The travel, the distance, whatever's happening is going where it needs to go. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card here at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What do we got for Pisces gang in the shadows, please? Cool, Hierophant. So there is a lot of earthy energy, and there's a lot of authoritative energy too, because the Hierophant is very similar to the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. The Hierophant's actually like a combination of the two. So I find it interesting. Big Taurus vibes here. Now, the Hierophant can represent like big things like institutions, like banks and governments and corporations, like power structures, authority figures, quote unquote. So there is something here about this authoritative energy, but it's also like very traditional, day to day routine type of energy. So, in the positive sense, this is very solid, very stable, very predictable. That's the one thing I like about it. The downside, this energy can feel very heavy. This energy can feel weighed down a little bit, and there can be little frustrations, especially with all this earthiness, which I love. I think it's great. Just watch out for things that you might feel aren't moving at the speed you would like it to move. That's very possible with this Hierophant. And it's a very strong religious, spiritual card, too, so I love that. Any sort of spiritual endeavor is highly favored here. But yeah, this card can sometimes give the illusion that we're running in place, even if we're not. So just watch out for those feelings. We're going to put the Hierophant down right there, my beautiful friends. That's what I got for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The April subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the April subscriber surprise, we're doing a nice winner's choice once again. At the end of the month, I will choose 3 lucky subscribers to either win their choice of the Gilded Tarot Royale or one of the custom-made crystal pendants from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So winner's choice. And if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, you can let me know down in the comments, how much do you know about the meanings of tarot cards? Are you an expert reader? Are you a beginner, intermediate? Do you know a lot? Do you know a little? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my posts tab. YouTube changed it. And yeah, that's where it'll be, my friends. Much love, and I'll talk to you soon.